1 year after U.S. left Afghanistan, we are still working to rescue the heroes and friends we left behind. In the hours that followed the fall of Kabul, the veterans community and others mobilized to get as many friends, allies, and colleagues out of Afghanistan as we could. What makes a year? Depends on who you ask. If you ask a Brit, they'll tell you about their political turmoil, inflation, and energy prices. If you ask an American, many will echo the same remarks. If you ask an Afghan, though, they'll tell you it's the difference between 2022 and the Dark Ages. Somewhere between the expansive technology and every member of a household in the literal Middle Ages. 1 year ago, I was lying on my couch when I got a call from a U.S. Navy buddy who needed help getting his interpreter out of Afghanistan as Kabul was falling. That was a seminal moment, and I had no idea it would likely shape the rest of my life. From that moment on, I was in. For my friends. For their guys. For their families. For strangers that saw my flag and believed in its colors the same way I do. That they bestow the very best of what the world has to offer, and are the fiercest defenders of those who need a friend. The American flag is hope and friendship. In color. Very quickly after that first call, I realized this wasn't a war to wage alone. In the hours and days that followed, my network in the veterans community in New York joined forces with countless other veterans groups and organizations, mission focused on one thing: getting as many Afghan friends, allies, and colleagues and their families out of Afghanistan as we could. We saved a lot of lives over those next few weeks and months. We spent hours on the phones calming them, hours overlaying Google Maps over maps of Taliban checkpoint maps, so that we could guide them on a clean path to the airport or to safe houses. Hours telling them that the promise America made to them matters. That we're still here. That we're still with them. Hours and days moving them from safe house to safe house. Then after the Allied pullout, hours and days working around the clock to source planes and crew to charter them out of harm's way. Never conceding or abandoning that promise made over the 2 preceding decades. The promise from Marine to Marine. Soldier to soldier. Corpsman to corpsman. Journalist to soldier. That standing beside us matters. Those leading this fight were the men and women journalists, educators, and clergy who fought over the last 2 decades for a free Afghanistan. We were only marginally successful. Still to this day, every day, my phone is inundated with messages